Hello and what it do, everybody? It's your boy the Humble Hacker from Chi-Town, Chironin, back with another video, and today we're doing Astronaut. Let's go ahead and see what this bad boy is all about. Let's go ahead and grab the IP here. Let's start everything nice and clean. Get that out of my face. And we're going to go over to our lab. Astronaut. Alright, so we have our IP address. As always, we start off with our nmap. With our first using safe scripts and the right versions, I'll put all formats in our IP address. So let's go ahead and pull this out. Oh, this looks like it did. So let's go ahead and run it again. So we do our basic nmap first. We got 2 ports, so I don't care about 22. So let's go look at 80 and see what's up with that. So we're gonna go -P80. Okay. So now it's gonna only scan what's on port 80. Okay, so it looks like we have grab admin here. So let's go and pull that up. So let's see what grab admin's all about. Okay, got our password here. Okay, so it looks like this is the installation page. So does this have anything that we can click on that goes to this application? Doesn't look like there are. Is there robots.txt? Well, it wouldn't be really here. So our next option, since this is only on one port that we got open, we could start doing directory busting to see what's on this path here. Let's see what we can find. So I like to use Ferox Buster just because it makes it it's a lot easier. So we're gonna go ahead and run this joint and see what it finds. So it looked like it found a login, an admin, and a home page. So let's see what that admin's all about. Okay, so we're brought to a login page. We don't have anything for this, so let's knock this down from top to bottom. So first thing, we always do check source code first, see if we can find any like software name or anything like that. Is this until a squibbity bop? So let's scroll up. So not much of anything. So now our next thing is to try to see if there's exploit just for this app name. So let's go with grab exploit db and see what we get here. So we have CMS for remote code execution. Then we have this for arbitrary YAML write updates. Let's look at these two. So this, okay. So RCE through direct install feature in the admin panel. So it looks like in order to make this work, we have to have access to it, which we don't. So we can get out of that. We have this next one to see what this is all about. So it looks like this is an exploit here that we put in the target IP address and most likely the path too. And what do we do? So we create a reverse shell that's base64 encoded with this, but obviously this will have our IP in it. Then looks like that we run it. It goes to this endpoint here. Then it finds this path, generates this data, base64 encode, decodes our payload in it. and it looks like reports back to us apparently from this rev shell file right here. So what we're going to do, since I already have it here, let's go ahead and pull this joint up. Let's go ahead and stop that. So here's basically what we got. So this is the same payload script here. You change the target to that graph admin path right here. Then we take this, change. This is changed to our actual IP address, and this is the base 64 encoding of that. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop that right here, and then I'm going to bring back this. So since it's setting up a reverse shell, that means I got to set up netcat listener on my machine on port 4444. So I'm going to split this in half. And in this one, I'm going to set up that, and then I'm going to call Python for this, and then we're going to wait. And we're back. All right, so we got our shell to pop on here. So now, so now we start our privilege escalation. So first things first, who are we? Okay, we're www data. Okay, so since we're www data, we can't really interact with any user account, but we can see which ones that are there after I know how to type correctly. There we go. So we got just one user, Alex. So we don't have any permissions to go into there. So let's see if we can look for any special binaries, because anything else would ask us to have a password. So let's see if we can find SUID command here. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and run this here and see what we could dig up. Okay, so not much here. Is this thing still reading or something? Yep, still doing more. All right. So what else do we got? Okay. Not much. But our next option is to use a nice little tool called linpeas. So we're going to go ahead and pull that up and see what else we can find with that. So let's go ahead and grab linpeas here, and let's do two things. One, let's see if we can grab it from in here first. Let's go over to our primary folder where we can operate with files to directly download up to it and utilize them, which is in the temp folder. So let's see what happens if we can run wget on this. Okay. Okay, so we have linpeas. Let's give it execute permissions. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and hit enter and then let this run. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to close this one out and just let this one just do its dizzle. And see what it generates here. So I'm going to stop it here and start scrolling on my own just to see what I can find off top. Okay, not much here. Let's go look for some binaries that we could play with. Alright. Okay, we have user information. Not much. Used only 2 users with console, Alex and root. That helps us if we want to do any like brute forcing or anything like that. Software information, useful software, okay. Okay, so these are what we would use when we would utilize get the fork out of here, bins. Let's go ahead and paste that right there so you see what all we get. So we can attempt to use base64 to read files, curl to pull files there. Let's see what's up with this one. So let's see if we can find something that's from there. So let's go with the GTFO. Let's see if we could find the PHP version, because it has PHP there. Let's go ahead and split this. Huh, that's weird. Okay, let's keep digging. Let's see what we want. So we want a shell with SUID permissions here. Okay, so let's try this, and let's utilize the path that this is on. Oh, hello. PHP 7.4. Cool. Alright, so now we know the version that we're working with. Alright, so let's go all the way to the bottom. There we go. And let's use the path of that binary that is user bin PHP 7.4. Then we're going to put in the last half of this payload here. And we hit enter. And okay, so what do we get? Okay. Whoops, that didn't work. So that one did not work either. So let's try with the full one again. Whoops. Alright. Let's wait for another shell. Be right back. back on the scene. So we got our prompt again. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this one more time and see where we're at. Still that one. Whoops. Okay, that one was supposed to work, but it's not. All right. Let's go with damn, what the hell is it doing? Oh, that's weird. Now it's saying that shell can't be found. That is awkward. Let's go ahead and reset this box here. Get off my screen. Sheesh. Alright, so let's revert this. And wait for that to come up. Alright, so we got our new lab up. Try this joint one more time. Okay. And we're run this one again. If at first you don't succeed, oops, upside your head. So I'm just gonna wait on this one again. Okay, got our prompt up. Alright, now it works. So, as we see that we have this addition UID here, saying that we do have these permissions. So I'm going to go at ID. Whoops, not that one, you moron, but this one. Who am I? Root. So now that means we can go to Alex's folder and find absolutely nothing in it. Go over to our root, and there is our proof. So that is the headache called Astronaut. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one.